Folks, after watching my Tamil version of a previous video, that is, what happens at the time of entering into the world of lights or the second universe or the kingdom of God, um, the viewers asked two important questions, actually, three important questions. From two people. Answer to those questions are one and the same. That's what I'm going to do. Before I do that, couple of things. One is that I was talking about Einstein's equation in describing the entry into the second universe. That's only a proposal. I'm not saying that that equation holds good as it is when or in describing the passage from the world of humanity and the second universe, the world of lights or the kingdom of God. Something similar to that will be discovered in future. This is just a proposal. Basically, the underlying truth is that there is this light which is emitted by the sun, which scientists proposes constant speed, and the transition from this field from the humanity which is dictated by the not dictated which is bounded by this speed of light and in the world of light there is something different. It's also a light, but that light is different, and I was trying to relate these two using my spiritual experience. So it is just a proposal. It's not a concrete, well-proven theory. I'm not a theoretical physicist in any sense. I'm just a person who's trying to learn all those things. In fact, I'm going to be putting another link in this description box by Arvin Ash. He also describes the nature of the reality in a much simpler language. So if you are interested, please watch that. But this video is in response to the Tamil viewers' three questions. One of the questions from one lady is this. I'm not sure whether she was meditating or not. Most probably, I think she was meditating. At that time, there was this anti-clockwise direction movement, very similar to what I was describing in my previous video and what happened during my first entry into the world of lights, the second universe. And one of the important things, one of the differences between what I experienced and what happened in her case is this. As soon as it started rotating, she thought, there was a thought in her which saying that there's five senses and the mind should not operate. As soon as that thought happened and thought arose in her, then this anti-clockwise movement stopped. In other words, what is happening is this. There is you, imagine that you are there, and then surrounding you all over. For a moment, you forget about the fact that there are other people around in the world. So you are there, and there is this enormous energy around you, which appears to your eyes and five senses, and five senses and the mind as this world, and you are constantly emitting your thoughts from you towards that, and Now imagine a sea, not a sea. Sea has a lot of waves. A pond, and then when you drop stone in the pond, it creates waves in the pond. Before the dropping of the stone, the pond was quite calm and without any waves. Similarly, what you do is that when you think, you are generating a wave in the energy which is around you, and that sea, that pond, that sea of energy which Hindus call shakti, and that tries to communicate to you, that tries to do something in you, and that is what happened in her case, anti-clockwise movement, the rotation in her head, and that energy around you is trying to do something. But as soon as you think, you wish, yeah, as soon as your desires are there in terms of thought, then your thought dominates, creating a wave, totally destroying what that energy around you is trying to do. And that is what happened in her case. And the second gentleman used to interact with me in Facebook, and he said that he wants to know, in India there are siddhas, some folks who are expert in manipulating the seven chakra energies, and they have found out, they have discovered in the past a lot of medicinal medicines, and this gentleman was Siddha Vaidya. That means a Siddha doctor, which is prevalent in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, the southernmost two states in India. And and he is trying to understand, or trying to understand what are those medicinal things that the siddhas in the past have discovered. When he does that, when he sits down in meditation and tries to do that, what is happening is he is creating that wave of trying to know, that I want to know what the Siddhas discovered. As soon as the wave of your thoughts or desire starts disturbing the energy around you, the pond or Shakti, and then whatever that pond or the energy or the sea of Shakti wants to communicate to you cannot reach you, because you are dominating. Your mind is dominated by your thoughts. So those information found by those siddhas will never reach you. It comes to you, but you can never recognize that. And another point that another question that he asked is, when he does meditation, he feels that there is some kind of feeling that the something around him trying to talk to him, communicate to him. But he wants to know how. I mean, it was not clear what it is trying to do, and he wants to know how to enhance that energy which tries to talk to him. And then I responded saying that if you try to do anything about that energy, increasing the energy, you increasing your interaction with that energy, then immediately that one which is around you will stop communicating to you. In other words, you cannot recognize what it is trying to do. The best thing that you can do is keep quiet, totally calm and quiet, without any desire. That is exactly what happened in my first spiritual experience, which I described in the previous video. when that thing started rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, my mind was not arrested. I was not thinking that I should not disturb that, or yeah, or I would like to know what it is that is circulating, etc., etc. At that time, my mind was totally arrested, and I was not given a chance to even think. There was no thought at that point. All that was, all the descriptions that I was providing to you is after all those things happened. In fact, after several years. In the beginning, I never understood anything about that. I had no background to understand the seventh chakra or the all the golden lights and other things. I never had an idea about such things before that first experience. Basically, I was a computer science person trying to establish my family, trying to be a good teacher in IIT Mumbai, and so on and so on. At that time, though I had the desire to know why people are suffering and why this God is not, whatever God is not solving this problem, etc. That was my only thought. But during that process of my first spiritual experience, my mind was totally arrested by an energy beyond me, and I didn't voluntarily, I didn't force my mind to stop thinking. It just happened, and that is the very critical point. And you have to let that energy which is around you to totally control you. If you try to control that through your thought, your wishes, and that will that counterclockwise movement will not happen. In other words, this energy around you will not be able to talk to you, and even if it tries to talk to you, you will not be able to recognize it, because you are dominated by your own desire, but your own thought. That is why I've been saying for quite some time in my videos that if you try to clean your mind using Kriya Yoga or any such thing, you will not be able to do it, because you is a the person as a human being is limited. And then if you try to remove the dirty things in your mind, you cannot do it, because you really don't know what is inside your mind, and you have no power to really clean it up. You have to let that energy around you to clean it. And that's what I have been saying, that there is a Kriya Yoga is not of much use in transitioning from the world of humanity to the world of lights of the kingdom of God, the second universe. And the same thing is true if you are sitting and meditating, trying to find Shiva or trying to find God, or if you have any motivation or any such thing, those motivations and your background, saying that I want to find a Hindu God, I want to find my Lord who is Christ, and such things. If you have that kind of thought when you are meditating, you are sending a wave, a disturbing wave in the sea of the energy which is around you, and that will disturb and that will prevent you from the energy, whatever it wants to do with you, to come and operate on you. So that is the critical information, that very important information that I'm trying to communicate to you. And again, with this basic idea, I want to tell you what really happens of those three universes. This second universe, or the first universe, that is this world of humanity, is nothing but you and similar people around you, human beings and all the animals and other things. Animals really, they don't really create too much waves in the world. All that they want to know is they want to survive. just like the coronavirus. But the human beings have an extraordinary capability to disturb the energy around themselves by doing extraordinary things, extraordinary desires, and so on, having divisive thoughts of trying to dominate other people and so on. That you can see that even at the time of coronavirus, this is happening. Anyway, so the human beings should stop this. Should To the extent that they drop the idea of trying to manipulate or influence the energy around you using those energies in your six chakras. Then what happens? Then this energy around you will try to take you to the previous second universe, the world of lights, the world of walk, or the world, as it is called in Christianity and Bible. And even that universe, the second universe, is a kind of a disturbance dominated by the I, dominated by the thoughts, by the wishes of that walk. And remember, it says that in one of my spiritual experiences, which partly explained in the previous video, that it says that I am a being, and don't let that dark energy don't wake up the dark energy, and it will eat me, and I will become a non-being. So it has a desire to be a being, and that is a disturbance, and that is a disturbance which appears as the second universe, all the lights and so on. It's wish that creates those three lights. And the previous universe, that is the first universe, there is this simple feeling of I surrounded by the dark energy all around, which I described before. And that is the simplest separation between the energy, the dark energy, and the I. And what really happens is that when that I finally has no absolutely desire to be separate from the dark energy, then the dark energy totally eats up or completely surrounds that I feeling of I, and that the I dies. So that is the meaning of these two things: the Paramashivam, which is the I. Paramashivam is not, as I have been saying, it's a Hindu god. It is that I which is totally taken up by totally eaten up by this great dark energy. In other words, the dark energy is like a sea, and the eye is a kind of disturbance in that dark light. And then as soon as that if that dark energy totally annihilates destroys this I, then they become together, and that is what is called the eternal unknown, or the eternal divinity, which never dies, which has no time or any such thing. And that's what I've been calling eternal unknown for quite some time, from my 2018 video, which these days I've renamed it as eternal divinity. And so the basic point is this: there is a sea and there is a sea, and there is no disturbance in it till some eye like you looks at it, and that looking at it, that wish to measure something about something around it, creates a particle. And this is exactly what the theoretical physicists are saying. And the link that I have provided to you in this description box by Arvin Ash describes that nature of all the fundamental particles, why the fundamental particle appears, when it appears, when you don't measure anything, it's just something unknown. Um, uh, they think that it is a field, it's a wave, which includes the gravitational field described by Einstein. So on. Please, if you are scientifically minded, watch we watch that video and also other videos by him. He explains the nature of the things that is around you, and that is nothing but shakti, and that gets disturbed by various thoughts of people in this waking universe. And one of the disturbances, one of the effects of this disturbances is the coronavirus. And that wants to balance something which people will discover soon. That wants to destroy some people, make changes in this waking state in this world, in the shakti which is itself. So in itself it is trying to make some changes, and that's what is happening in the coronavirus deaths and things like that. That is why it is so powerful that even a country like America, with so many nuclear bombs, cannot do anything. Still, they are afraid that after all these things, when can we start the industry, come back to normal? And they're afraid that it's not going to, that coronavirus is not going to easily give up, and so on, so on. So the basic point is, and if you try to disturb by various thoughts of division, based on religion, race, color of your skin, or language, origin of the country, and if you keep generating thoughts in that sea around you of trying to excuse me, trying to dominate other people, trying to become more powerful than the other people, other folks, some such problems will keep occurring, and which basically tries to bring calmness and quietness to the energy around you. And then the day that everybody understands this, every human being understands this and thinks that, okay, so let's cooperate with each other. Let's love each other. Let's accept each other as if they are. And then let's cooperate. Let's make everybody happy. When that thought comes, there will be peace in this world. There will be love in this world. Till that happens, and there will be something or other happening, suffering will be happening in this world, which sometimes, as in the case of coronavirus, you will not be able to control. So folks, that's what I want to talk to you. Basically, it is the interaction between you and the energy around you. Whatever you do has an effect on that, which reflects back on you, because that energy wants to stabilize everything, and the stability is being disturbed by the people's thoughts. So please understand this. And if you have any question, please let me know. Again, I'm saying that the English viewers are not giving me any feedback what they want to see in my videos and so on, except a couple of viewers recently said that we like your video, please keep posting and so on. But I don't know what you like and what you want me to talk to you. Let me know. Just like the Tamil viewers, somehow they feel connected to me. They keep asking me various questions, which means to an assistant professor, which I was an assistant professor for about 10 years in famous universities. And I know what happens when people, when my students don't ask me any questions. So please ask questions. Who are you? What are the thoughts that are dominating in you? And I'm sure that there are thoughts about my videos, but you are not coming to me with your questions. And if you don't feel like asking questions in public, I have provided my Facebook account link in this description box. So please click them and send a friend request, describing you that you are one of those people who wants to interact with me watching my English videos in YouTube. Because there are so many folks sending friends requests. I don't know who are they, what they, why they want to talk to me, because sometimes I accept a friend's request and they keep quiet thereafter, and there is no use with such friendship. So that's what I want to talk to you folks today. Please feel free to ask questions and express your thoughts so that I can respond to you. Talk to you folks soon.